What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Today we are talking about futures prop firms. Now, I've done my own research and there's a lot that goes into futures prop firms. So today we're going to talk about trading conditions. We're going to talk about the challenges themselves. We're going to talk about drawdown rules. We're going to talk about the best deals. And of course, we are going to talk about which prop firms are the most trustworthy. So without further ado, let's get into it. First one we're going to talk about is Top Step. They are probably the most obvious futures prop firm, the most popular. They've been around since 2012, so longer than any of the other futures prop firms. I personally have never heard of anyone having any trouble with payouts from Top Step. The challenges are starting from as low as $49. Their activation fee is about $150. It is a little bit more on the expensive side. No matter what size combine you decide to choose, 50K, 100K, you still will have to pay that $150 activation fee once you pass the challenge in order to become a funded trader. I personally have been funded with Top Step as well. Unfortunately, I did blow my account before I got my first payout. The main thing that makes Top Step stand out from all the other futures prop firms is their platform. They have a platform called Top Step X, and it's pretty much very similar to TradingView. You can do all your markups on there. But one of the other unique things that makes them stand out is that they have custom lockout options. So even before you start trading, you can set some custom options that says like, hey, if I lose this much money, lock me out of my account for this amount of time. Or you can just personally go in and manually lock yourself out after you've had a win or a loss if you feel like you want to prevent yourself from over trading. So that is definitely one of the best things that I personally liked about Top Step, especially when I first started trading with them. I know as a new trader, it is hard to stop yourself from over trading, especially if you lose, or even if you're winning. Some people have trouble walking away from the charts if they feel like they're winning a lot. So having those custom lockout options does help to build consistency and discipline within the trader in himself, and it definitely makes them stand out from the other futures platforms. In addition to that, they do have a pretty impressive dashboard and a calendar that helps you track your trades and things like that, very similar to TradeZella. Unlike with Forex prop firms, futures prop firms have trailing drawdown. So now when you get funded, this could become a problem down the line because you cannot withdraw 100% of your profits. With Top Step specifically, you have to leave at least 50% of your profits inside of the account until you have at least 30 days of $200 in profit or more. Now, when you become funded, this could become an issue, especially if you go on a losing streak, because as your profits increase, so does your drawdown. So when you start to lose, you could definitely lose the account much faster than if you were on a Forex prop firm, because of the fact that the Forex prop firm has a 10% static drawdown. Top Step is actually pretty fair with this because some of the other firms that we're going to talk about, these issues tend to creep up on you much faster. So with Top Step specifically, it's always good to be mindful not to withdraw so much of your profits that you're so close to 100%, but also it's important to kind of build up that cushion over time so that you can account for that drawdown and avoid losing the account. Another thing common amongst futures prop firms is the consistency rule. So with Top Step, again, they are the most fair. Their consistency rule is 50%. So let's say you make $3,000 and your largest day's profit was $1,500. That's 50% consistency. So it also means that you cannot pass the challenge in one day. Now, if you guys are looking for a good deal, Apex is almost always running an 80% off deal. And if you stick around to the end of this video, I will give you guys a code to ensure that you secure your 80% off no matter what. Similar to Top Step, Apex has pretty much the same rules, similar pricing. One of the differences is that you can get funding up to 300K with Apex versus up to 150K with Top Step. Another big difference between Apex and Top Step is the trailing drawdown. So unlike Top Step, who calculates their trailing drawdown at the end of the trading day, Apex calculates your trailing drawdown based on the highest equity that you had. So let's say you are in a trade and you're up $1,000, but you do not close that trade, and that trade instead comes back and closes out at break even. That means that your trailing drawdown has now increased that $1,000, even though you did not close that trade. So that is definitely something that is to look out for during the challenge, and especially after you get funded, because you have to be mindful that you are not letting your trades go into profit and then letting your winners turn into losers or come back and hit break even, because that is affecting your trailing drawdown. Another big difference between Top Step and Apex is how many accounts you can have at one time. So Top Step allows you to have up to 5 challenge accounts or funded accounts at one time, which you can also attach to a copy trader so that you can take you can trade on one account and it will copy on all of the accounts that you have. However, Apex lets you get up to 20 accounts. Now, there has been some controversy surrounding payouts with Apex. I did hear that they had changed their rules in the past and a lot of people were not aware of it, so their payouts were getting denied. As far as I know, it has since been resolved. I personally have 2 active challenges with them right now. Once I pass them, I will certainly make an updated video to let you guys know how the payout situation is going. If you guys are looking for the highest rated prop firms, our last pick comes in at a close second on Trustpilot, and they are also from the creators of My Funded Forex. So My Funded Futures. My Funded Futures has a little bit higher monthly subscription fee, but they have no activation fee. And what also separates them from the other 2 picks that we talked about in this video is that they also have no consistency rule. So with My Funded Futures, you can actually pass the challenge in 1 day, and then there's no activation fee. So you're just automatically funded right after you pass. The one thing that all these futures prop firms have in common is that they all offer accounts through Tradeovate, which allows you to trade directly on TradingView once you activate that add-on on the back end. If you want to do your own comparison, you can look more deeper into these prop firms and compare them based on the account size or maybe how much you're looking to spend. Otherwise, let me know down in the comments which one of these is your favorite, or if you are currently trading on a prop firm that I didn't mention in this video. But if I helped you out in any way, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.